Hello everybody and welcome this evening to lesson 6, which is still, we're going to be talking about advertising and social media. So a few different ways of advertising tonight. Let's see, let's move on here. To review last week, we spoke about last week immediate returns on marketing methods, so things that you can do right away. We spoke about your email list, sending letters out to all the people you know to your email list. Talked about newsletters, how to get newsletters going, about email signatures, how you should have that on the bottom of every email, not only for people you know, but for any kind of business or personal emails you're advertising your product. We spoke about giveaways, and we spoke about the pay-per-click methods, such as with Google and Yahoo, and who else did we speak about? YouTube and Facebook. And we spoke about buying leads. This week, what we're going to be speaking about is, like I said, advertising on social media. So we'll be talking first about online video advertising, then press releases. We're going to talk both about free options and paid options. There's quite a few of them out there. Online classified ads, social media advertising, forums, and advertising through associations. So let's get going. First thing I'd like to talk about is online video advertising. Why do we use it? Well, number one, it's free. Okay, online video advertising has probably been one of the major pushes or major successes in our business. Matter of fact, I spent probably the last 4 hours before I came on here tonight making another online video commercial for one of my sites. That's probably the number one thing because it is free and it gets up front of thousands of people. It works. You get immediate exposure. I send out one of these video commercials or video training or whatever, and people can see it right away as soon as it goes up. Here's a big one. It raises your web page search engine rankings. You know, years ago, before Ruluk and I, got so well known on the web, we used to have to pay for our advertising, do the pay-per-click and all that just for our web page. And I remember at one point our web page was probably ranked on Google search, probably ranked on page 40. I mean, no one would ever find it unless they punched in our name. So we spent a weekend doing nothing but YouTube and creating videos and putting them on YouTube and back then Google and Yahoo and a whole bunch of different things. And within, I'd say, less than a week, our rankings on the web page went up from, like I said, in the 30s for pages up to page 2 and eventually page 1. Went up so fast just from using videos. So we're going to talk about that. It's something you really want to consider doing. It has the possibility of going viral. You've seen a lot of viral videos out there. Well, what if one of them happens to be your ad? Wouldn't that be cool? You or your product can be discovered. So many people are watching videos that, yes, someone might like what you have and want to do some kind of a joint venture or maybe even, fund you some way. It's linkable. All videos can be linked to your website, to your product, to whatever you want to link it to. And it's international, so it takes your business from your backyard and makes it the world. So let's talk about YouTube video statistics. That's going to be the first one I speak to you about, which is today's gold mine. 60 hours of video are uploaded every minute. Actually, I contributed to that today, okay? So let's say 61 hours. Over 4 billion videos are viewed a day. 4 billion, that's more than television. Over 800 million unique users visit YouTube each month. Over 3 billion hours of video are watched each month. More video is uploaded to YouTube in 1 month than the 3 major U.S. networks created in 60 years. 70% of YouTube traffic comes from outside of the United States. That's interesting. YouTube is localized in 39 countries and across 54 languages. And in 2011, YouTube had more than 1 trillion views. So there was almost 140 views per person on Earth. So you can see, why do we use video? Right there. It's the biggest thing out there, and it's just amazing that it's still free. So here's a picture of a YouTube ad, okay? And you see my nice shiny face over there. So you have free advertising to millions of viewers. This here is actually an advertisement or commercial I made for our telephone hypnosis training webinar. And matter of fact, if you look at YouTube, if you punched in YouTube, this is the actual page as it came up. It has your other linked ads on the right, the paid ones on the bottom, and it has your description below. So we'll be talking a little bit more about this. So it's important to create a YouTube video. That's probably the biggest one you should do. And it is much easier than you think. So if you can create a commercial advertising your product, you can use it for anything else, but you want to create some commercials. Now in your commercial, you're going to be actually advertising your free item. Don't worry too much about advertising your product, because that's trying to sell right away. Remember, you always do better if you give in order to receive. So give first. So give them your free product. That's what your commercial's for. You can record yourself right from your office with a camcorder, webcam, or even your cell phone. But I think most people today do have a camera or some kind of recording system on their computer. But yeah, I've made YouTube videos and other videos from a cell phone before. If you're not comfortable behind a camera, make a film strip with pictures or words and talk behind it. That's what I was working on today. I actually made it's like an introduction commercial for one of my new websites. And the whole thing is basically kind of like what you're looking at right now. It's words, but I'm actually reading through the words. It's like a sentence or two on each page. It's kind of a neat concept, the way it worked out. So you don't have to have a video on you. If you could do it right through your own PowerPoint. Most people have some kind of a PowerPoint presentation. If you have if you have Word, usually it comes with a PowerPoint presentation, and just record it right off that. Let's see. The key is to make the point short, get right to the point, make it exciting, and have an excellent grabbing title with your keywords in it. Okay, so you got to catch people's attention. YouTube video, people skimming through. You've seen how many they're looking at, so they're skimming through so many videos. The first few seconds, maybe 3 seconds, you got to grab their attention. So here's some example, a couple that I put up here just to give you, that might catch somebody's attention. We have somebody doing something on golf in this group. So the insider winning secrets of the top 5 PGA golfers exposed. Get the free video here. So that title might be enough to get somebody to stop. Okay, PGA golfers, there's a good search term. A lot of times people are punching in that to find things. Tips, winning secrets, those are all good terms. How to make $5,000 in one day writing a 30-page ebook. Wouldn't that catch your attention? Now that's what we call a rhetorical question. Can you do it? Am I teaching how to do it? Who knows? But this is just something I threw up here. I don't really have one saying doing that, so don't call me and say, hey, can I get that book? That's just to give you an idea how to catch your attention. So get the 30-minute fact video free here. Click there, and it goes to whatever you have. So just do something to catch people's attention. What is your CTA, which is call to action? Focus on a clear call to action in your videos. Just like your web page, every page needs to have a call to action. Every video does. What do you want the people to do? If you want them to visit your website, say so. So instead of telling them to subscribe or to comment on your video, all these different things, tell them to go check out your newest thing on your website. That's what you want. If your video, the purpose of it is get them to subscribe, then tell them to do that. It's kind of funny, a lot of people say it's old-fashioned when you have all these things, subscribe now, call this, sale, only one left. They might be old-fashioned, but they work. People want to be told what to do, and if you tell them what to do, they'll follow you. Not everybody, but the majority of them will. Make a video telling people about the free stuff you're giving away, whether it's a book, a video, a free report. Put it on your website. Make a video about it and link to your web page where the freebie or capture box is hosted. Again, remember we spoke about the capture box where they put in their name and their email address. That's so you have the lead. So if they don't buy something right away, you have them for later on to advertise to. Now with your videos, okay, you can insert keywords and links. You have your keywords, of course, in your title. That's what basically you drew them in with that. They typed in those keywords and it came to that title. Okay, you might want to check similar, viral videos, similar videos to your topic that have, when I say viral, that have hundreds of thousands or even millions of views, and see what kind of keywords they're using. Use similar keywords. This way, when somebody punches up something that's so popular and you see this big one, yours might be right next to it. Place these keywords in your title, in your description, in your keyword box at the bottom. When you're building it, you don't see that when you're looking at a YouTube video, but when you're building it, it'll ask you all the different keywords you want. So make sure you put your most important ones in there and the best ones on the top. You can put, I think you have room to put in like, I don't know, 20 or 30 of them. In your verbal dialogue, if you're doing a commercial, okay, use your keywords a few times. Now here's something I've started doing recently with some of my commercials, is when you're building a YouTube video, you actually can create the closed captioning. So whatever you're saying is being recorded below you, so it's, it's like in type below so people can read. Keep in mind, you're gonna want to have a script typed before you do the video, because you can click the closed captioning for YouTube to do that, and it kind of translates it. It turns it into type on its own, kind of like a voice recognition, but it'll be nowhere near the words you're saying. It has quite a few mistakes. Some of the words aren't even near it. So do your own transcribing, and you can actually enter it into YouTube, so that way the words will come up as you're speaking. Now, if you're speaking, if you're using a lot of your keywords, guess what? Those keywords are going to be in print, and those are going to be affected by the search engines and give you a higher ranking and make you come up higher. That's another little tip you can do. Place links at the beginning of your description. Yes, links like to your web page. A lot of people will put them at the end, and that's okay. You can put them at the end, but put at least the most important one at the beginning. So when somebody goes to read, it'll say www.yourproduct.com. Get your free item here, so have your link right at the beginning, because some people don't read through. And of course, if you're looking at this description under a video, you only get a couple lines. So one of the first things they'll see is your link to your website. So if you're talking about something really great that you're giving away, some people won't even finish watching the video and they'll just click on the visible link. So make sure that that's the link going to where you want them to go. And again, if you have other links, you might have 5 or 6 other products or other 6 websites, put those at the bottom underneath your description. You can place your other links at the end. I have a picture coming up in a second that I'll show you what I mean by that, but you want to have the links in your video to where you want them to go, or to how to contact you, whatever they're doing. With YouTube, they have, you can do some work in there. It has a lot of different places you can add things in, but there's even a place to embed clickable links in the video. So, and you'll see that come up a lot of times when you watch videos. You can click to subscribe, click to go to this place, click to go to that place. So it's neat, and they'll show you how to do that. They have all these tutorials teaching you how to do everything. Now over here it says, see YouTube domination video for top ranked video tips and instruction. Give you a sneak peek. This is a video that I've actually included. It's already in your course. So when you go to the place where you have all your videos together, you're going to see this video. We'll talk more about that in a minute. So this is the end of one of my commercials for my Hypnotic Marketing Experts course. And basically, the video had gone all the way through, and as you can see, the little red line over here is just about ready to end. And this comes up at the end of it. Hypnotic Marketing Expert, get your free gift on secret hypnotic marketing tips at Hypnotic Marketing Experts. So this was something that's in the video. So now if somebody steals the video or embeds it in another web page that I don't know about, or whatever it is, they don't need to see my description or anything like that. The advertisement goes with the video. So that's really neat. So get used to putting your information in there. Matter of fact, if you go down a little further, you're going to see right down here, that's the description I was telling you about. I have a link right there, choosehypnosis.com. The reason being, Hypnotic Marketing Experts, I don't have that website anymore, but this is where they can get the information. So you have the link right there so somebody can click and find out more about it. Now, talking about the YouTube domination video, this is actually a clip on it. YouTube domination video is a video I actually included as a bonus when I built, I believe it was the Hypnotic Marketing Experts. The telephone hypnosis training webinar. I made it for that. So it was made as a bonus video with that, but I'm also including it with this course because it wasn't about any specific course. It was all about YouTube. Now, what about YouTube? How to take these videos that you're seeing right here and to get really high rankings with them, showing you how to use all the different things. This is like inside YouTube where you can work on the annotations, captions right over here. That's where you do your closed captioning. Enhancements. Tonight I went into enhancements so I could shorten the video because I had too much unneeded time at the beginning of the end. So this video is going to show you all about how to use your keywords, how to get higher rankings, what to put in the description. It has a lot of information. It's worth its weight in gold, okay? So if you're going to do any kind of YouTube videos, look at this video that I created, and you're going to find a lot of great ideas that's going to help you. Like I said, it's about a 35-minute video, but it's already sitting over there on your page. So that was YouTube. Now, YouTube videos, we're going to continue talking a little bit about them, but another way to do that you can work with YouTube is through Google Hangouts. I don't know how many of you have Google, or what they call Google Plus, but in Google Plus, you have a part called Hangouts where you can do a video. And as you can see right here, this Google Plus, this is a Google Hangout video. Why do they call it Hangout? Because all these people are hanging out with me. Now, these are only ones that I invited to come into the video. They can be hundreds, thousands, or more watching the video as well. But these are the ones that just that are included. I think this one here, I'm actually doing a live, I believe, a past life regression session group, and I actually took all of these folks into hypnosis and through a past life regression. We're talking back and forth about what they experienced. It was kind of fun. Now, the nice thing about doing a video this way is through Google, you can actually have other people come in. So if you're talking about a product and you want to interview somebody about your product, maybe one of your experts or several of your experts, have them all come in at the same time. And these can each be one of the experts talking about your product. Now, you put something like that on your front page, wow, people are going to be impressed with it because it's full of experts. The way this works is when each one of these people talk, so if this gentleman here is talking, it's voice activated. He would automatically come over here larger on the screen. When I talk, see I'm over here, I would come big. And of course, I'm big over here because I do a lot of talking, okay? And like I said, it's international. We have just a gentleman over here is from India. He's from, I think, Chicago area. We get people from all over New York. So it's a really wonderful program. Now, the thing is, once you record this, it automatically, or you can set it up so it automatically goes on Google, on YouTube Live. YouTube has a live segment for people that are doing TV shows and that just want to have a larger audience, where a lot of people go there almost like television to see what's going on live. So you can set it up to go on YouTube Live so a lot of people can see you do it. And it has a little comment section on the right, kind of like a little bit bigger than the comment section we have over here with the GoToMeeting. But so people can ask you questions. It's actually right beside the video. And so if you're doing something live like that, you can answer questions. And once it's all over, it'll actually load automatically to YouTube. So just go to your YouTube page and boom, there it is. So it's pretty neat. I would suggest that you put it like, don't let it go public right away. Do it like there's a special word for, what am I looking for? Like unlisted, excuse me. That way you can edit it a little bit more before it goes out there. Now, not only does it automatically go out to YouTube, it automatically goes on your Google Plus page too. And you have a choice of who you want to see your Google stuff. You have circles, and again, when you get into Google, you'll see they have circles, which is people you invited. You can have 5 people in your circles. You can have 5,000 people, or as many as you want. Or you can just put it public so anybody can see it. So you can see you got YouTube Live, you got YouTube videos, and you got Google Plus. There's a lot of people seeing it. Now, once this video is up, again, it's going to get listed by the search engines, not only through YouTube, but with Google. So you can have that same video up in 2 different places. So now you're doubling your chances of higher, higher exposure, and what's that turn into? More sales. So the Hangout advantages. It records video live, okay? So, and keep that in mind, because if you're recording something and you're messing up a lot, go with it because people are watching, okay? You can have live participants interacting within the video screen like you saw below, in the picture below the screen. And you also have a live audience observing the live chat or the live video that aren't in your video, that are just watching either from your Google page, from the YouTube, where you're on your YouTube page, it'll come up as like the top one because it's going live, as well as in YouTube Live. So it's up several places. And you can also embed this one. I'll get into that in a minute. You can embed it onto a web page. So if you have a web page where you want to have your commercial or any kind of show you're doing come up on your web page, you can embed it in there. So when you start talking, it goes to your web page, which is pretty neat. You can use screen sharing, just like I'm doing right now. My screen sharing is how you're seeing my PowerPoint presentation. You can view it on pretty much all devices that can see the net. I believe you can, with Google Plus, you can see it on the telephones, iPads, iPods, all the different kind of things. And I think even Nook now will see the internet, I believe. Laptops, computers, so people can even see a commercial when they're on their cell phones in the car. Again, you can embed it on your web pages or wherever you like to have it. And of course, you can embed the YouTube videos, commercials right on your web page, just like the one I made tonight. I put it through YouTube. I put it unlisted, so it's not open to the general public, and then I took that video and put it on my front page of this web page I was working on. There's actually a code that you can put in there to make it's an auto run type thing. So as soon as somebody comes on your page, it starts right away, so they don't even have to click start. Loads to YouTube automatically. You post it in your Google Plus, send it to your circles, so you can see there's a lot of things you can do. And you get listed on the search engines through Google Plus as well as YouTube. So there's a lot of advantages with that. Now, here's another choice for you. Now, if any of you had been watching before, before this course started, probably I think about 6 months ago, we stopped doing it. But we were doing a weekly broadcast every Tuesday night on a program called Ustream. It was a live, almost like a TV broadcast. Now, Ustream, you can punch it in at ustream.com. It's a free program. It's basically a live broadcasting program. It kind of looks just like it does right now. If I were talking to you, recording myself right now on Ustream, instead of your seeing the screen here with the picture, you would actually see me. You would see this right here. You would see me. You'd have a chat thing over here. You have somebody here that monitors this. You'd have the people monitoring it. Since this isn't live, it's not there. And you can actually invite people, send them an email telling them I'm going to be coming on at this time. Now, since Ustream is a live broadcasting company, they have Ustream Live, which is a lot of people looking at these cooking shows and all these other shows, and you're going to come up on that. So as you're talking to the people that you invited, over here you're going to see other people coming in chatting to you that you didn't even invite. You don't even know where they came from. So you can get a lot of exposure that way. Now, this wasn't live. This one here was just one I just put up. I just recorded one of my videos so you can see what it looks like. But you can even have it so on the top over here it tells you how many people. It'll say there's 15 people attending, 50 people. If you only invited 5, it's neat to see how many other ones will show up. So when you're done this broadcast, what's going to happen is it gets recorded to Ustream, and you're going to have, once it's off, you're going to have something similar to this, but on the right over here, you're going to have a list of all your past broadcasts or commercials or whatever. So it's going to go live all the way over here. You have a dashboard where you can get in and edit it or take it off if you don't want it live. But it's going to go live there for a few seconds anyway. So people are seeing it live while you're doing it. It goes up there so people can watch it, and it does have a counter so you can see how many people hit it. Also, that video, Ustream has very high rankings online. So when people punch in, let's say, golfing tips, and you did a golfing tip commercial over there, you have a chance of having your Ustream video up there, and of course it's not automatic, but your Ustream video, there is a button when you're editing it where you can download it straight to YouTube. So you can see it on YouTube as well as on Ustream. A lot of videos that I put up with certain keywords, you'll see the top two when you punch in those keywords on my YouTube videos and the Ustream. So it's kind of, again, you're double dipping, which is kind of neat. Now, well, let me go to the benefits before I tell you this. Okay, Ustream, again, it's free. That's neat. You can, here's what I was just going to tell you. You can record videos live or pre-recorded. Now, this is cool. If you want to get your videos, as many videos out there as possible for high listings, go ahead and record them on Google+. So it automatically goes to YouTube. Now you get two. Now you can take that video and you can actually put it through Ustream as well. You see what I mean? So you can put it through Ustream as a pre-recorded video, and as it goes through Ustream, it's going up on their wall. It's going live, even though it's a pre-recorded. It's actually being, as it's being recorded, people can be watching it, and it's going to be listed on the search engines under Ustream as well. So now you got 3 listings up there. So you can see it's kind of neat. Once you know, I'm sure there's a lot of others. I know just like Ustream, there's probably about 8 or 10 other programs that are very similar to it, but Ustream seems to have the most exposure. If you want to know what those programs are, just go into Google search engine and punch in like Ustream, or programs like Ustream, and you'll get a whole list of them. Okay, it's viewable on Ustream. It has a live chat with it also. You can send out announcements like I mentioned earlier. It has a section for editing. You send it directly to YouTube, but you don't have to, but you can. Listed on search engines through Ustream. And there's a thing, if you decide to use this, there's another free program you can add to it, and it's called Ustream Producer, which is also free. They have paid versions, but there's a free version. And basically with Ustream Producer, what you have is a television studio. It gives you, it's kind of neat the way it looks. It has a bunch of different boxes, so you can have up to unlimited amount. You could have like 4 or 5 cameras. I've done it with 3 different cameras. So I could have, let's say, a camera hitting me at 2 different angles and maybe one pointing on my whiteboard. And you can just click on it and go from one to another. You can do window and window. If you want to get the paid version, you can do green screen live, just like the news studios do there, the newscasters, where they have all these different pictures behind them, and it looks like they're in these fantastic places, but they're just in a room with a big green cloth behind them. So what else can you do? You could have pictures beside you. You can do side-by-side videos. So if you want to do something like a side-by-side interview with maybe like a telephone interview with Skype, there's ways of putting both people on there and even have a video running behind it. So Ustream Producer is pretty cool. The nice thing, what I used to do with that when I was using the Producer is I would have let's say my teaching program, and then I click on a button and have a commercial come. A commercial that I made for one of my products for about a minute to give it a break, and in the teaching, and I can get up and get a glass of water, come back, and sometimes people will buy things from my commercial. So those are all the positive things about Ustream. The negative thing that I'm not too nuts about it is they have a lot of commercials during it, and I know I've had complaints from people, with that I'll be talking, all of a sudden, boom, a commercial comes up. I know for the people viewing it, you can tell the people viewing if they want. They can eliminate the commercials by buying, I think it's like a $3 add-on, something they have to pay $3 and they'll stop their commercials. But most people don't want to pay $3 to watch it. Okay, but it's available. So let's talk about press releases. Now these are online press releases. We will be talking about offline press releases in the last last lesson. So what are these? These are article directory services that accept unpaid, so free submissions from authors or from you, because by doing it you're an author, in exchange for links to the author's website and visibility of their works. So basically, by doing a press release, you're sending information out for your product, or you're talking about your product, or you're doing an article or whatever, and you send it out to these people, and you can get some very large exposure, which can give you high search engine rankings, a lot of clicks back to your site. Where does this go once you put it with these sites? Well, basically, some of them will actually send it out to a whole mess, quite a few of like newspaper agencies, newspapers, New York Times, a lot of big papers actually go through these kind of places to see what's interesting so they can run their articles. A lot of people will repost articles. I know I'll show you the one I use in a moment, but I know a lot of times I'll punch in maybe the topic of one of my articles, and not only will I see where I posted it, but I'll see 15 or 20 other newspapers that have ran the same article. So they actually took it and ran it there, and of course it's all clickable back to my site. So you can get a lot of leads that way. On some of my capture forms I have, usually putting in the name and the email address. Well, some of them I'll have referred by, who referred you, and a lot of them will say, either eZine articles or YouTube. So I get an idea of where my leads are coming from. Again, most of them come from YouTube, but I do get quite a few from this. They can also help you to appear as the authority in your niche after having written a few. People click on it, they can see your article, they come to your page. On their page, you can see all the other articles you've written. They can see the awards that the companies have given you if they have awards. So it's kind of neat. Okay, I use eZinearticles.com. It's free to get into. You can punch them in if you want and do that. They're a great company to work with. I've written quite a few articles with them. You can see they give you these little awards depending on how many articles you write and who's seeing them and these kind of things here. So it's kind of fun to do. I do it mainly for the advertising. However, they help you out a lot. They have a lot of, you get on their mailing list, and they'll help you out a lot with being a good writer. They'll give you all kinds of, in their newsletters, all kinds of tips from professional writers, giving you ideas of what to do, what not to do, what words to use, what words not to use, punctuation, all kinds of cool things.